Okay, hello. Welcome into another Rams video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the next couple of weeks for the Rams and what the salary cap could be looking like. They did release Leonard Floyd yesterday and waived a number of other players. However, the main impact to the salary cap is they do have about $3 million of saving by waiving linebacker Leonard Floyd. So definitely going to miss Floyd. Thank you for playing well for the Rams, and wish him nothing but the best. Understand it's totally a cap casualty. But if we go to overthecap.com, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite websites, I'll link in the description below. Currently, the Rams have they're not just over $9 million over the cap space for 2023, right? And this does give a bit of insight into what the Rams are doing, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. So let's go to some of the speculative things that are going on here. So we know Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, they're pillars of this franchise, not going anywhere. According to Les Snead, despite rumors of one Lombardi on the Pat McAfee show, but we're not talking about that. Jalen Ramsey, speculation he's going to get traded before June 1st. Okay, so we're going to designate him to trade, submit that, boom. Okay, this is his dead cap hit here, 19.6 million. That's a lot, but it does have 5.6 million in saving. And if we go up here, that gets us, now we're a little bit closer to under the cap, 3.48, whatever million. So we're getting close here. Now, trading him would also bring in draft capital for the Rams retool, rebuild, reload, Rams build, whatever you want to call it. So let's also assume that, Allen Robinson, let's assume he gets traded. Okay. We'll adjust this, but just for all intents and purposes, we're going to assume he gets traded. Okay. So Allen Robinson gets traded before June 1st. And that's going to be a dead cap hit of 11.2, but there is 6.85 million in savings here. That effectively, those two moves after the Leonard Floyd release yesterday, which is official, gets us under the cap right there. So we would have 3.3, around there million in cap, which isn't a lot, but it's under there, right? So we also know Bobby Wagner is likely going to depart, or he is going to depart, but he'll be designated for a release of March 15th, I believe, that just for, I think, contract purposes. So he's going to get cut, before, probably at the beginning of the new league year. And so he is going to have a dead cap hit of 7.5 million, but there is 5 million in savings. So boom, right there. According to overthecap.com, we're at 8.3 million in savings right then and there. Boom, boom. All right. But we also have the speculation that Allen Robinson might get cut. Okay, so let's undo that. And so let's say Allen Robinson stays on the team. All right. Then we're still under the cap. So I think that this is what I think is going to happen. I think next week we do see a Jalen Ramsey trade. Pardon me. I do think it's coming. I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen at all. And we'll go through the scenario next of what that looks like if he doesn't get traded. But if Allen Robinson is on the team, and I think that gets us enough under the cap for now to start the new league year, they can look to trade Robinson around the draft or even post June 1st, because then his cap hit is a little bit less. Let's go through the scenario though. Let's undo our Jalen Ramsey trade. And let's assume, we are able to, we'll just keep it the way that it is. And we just, we cut Allen Robinson here. Okay. So if we cut Allen Robinson, then if we go back up here, you'll see that doesn't give us enough caps savings. So I don't think there's a scenario where Allen Robinson gets cut because he just is in the second year of this big contract that we gave him last year. It'd just be too much of a big dead cap hit for Allen Robinson to recover from that. So I don't see that. If we trade him, and again, I'm assuming pre-June 1st, if we trade Allen Robinson, he still has 11.2 million in cap, but there is more savings there. And we still are under the cap. So for everyone out there, including myself, who's hoping Jalen Ramsey stays with the team, I think this is the best case scenario. So we know Wagner's getting released, and then if Allen Robinson can get traded. So I think next week, either Allen Robinson or Jalen Ramsey has to get traded for the Rams to be under the cap. I know a lot of people are thinking Note Boom and Haven. I know Haven stands is staying. He's staying. But Brian Allen's a name that comes up among Ram fans about someone they can move on from, but we just don't know. So things to look out for. Those are some of the different scenarios I see playing out. I do think either Jalen Ramsey or Allen Robinson has to get traded next week in order for us to get under that cap, because we do need to be under the cap by March 15th, which is next Wednesday. The legal tampering period or negotiation period or whatever the NFL calls it, that starts Monday morning. I think this is when we're going to start seeing some of these big moves come through. So definitely we want to, we want to respect that. So one last thing I'll show here. Thank you if you've made it this far in the video, much appreciated, is let's say we know Wagner is getting released. Okay, so we know that's coming. So Jalen Ramsey, let's say they trade him and they get a haul of picks for him, and then Allen Robinson also gets traded. So then we're looking at 8.3 million in cap space, and again, that's only for the 2023 year. I want to point out, because this is what I believe the Rams are doing in their retooling, if it's going to be a retooling year for them. So assume we do these three things. The trade of Robinson and Ramsey, and then also the release of Wagner. Look at how much cap space we would have next year in 2024, 81 million. And if we undo all three of these, you'll see only 24 million. And I know that's a year away, but at the NFL level, teams do have to plan for this sort of thing. So those are just some of the things that I'm seeing. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What the Rams are doing? I have faith in this front office. I'm nervous. I'm a nervous Rams fan. However, as I just play around with the numbers on overthecap.com, those are some of the things I'm seeing. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're all having a great day. As always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Woo!